Yeah, hi.
Hi,
That's
Mr.
nice.
Meir. How are you?
Very good. Nice to see you.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
You're
Yeah.
welcome. I see we have lots of people from all over.
Yes, even up from India, we get people everywhere from, and it's a good
Mm.
thing. And I'm so happy because it's the first event, live event, virtual event, but at the same time, everything turned well. And of course, we started exactly in time. And I thought of having some time in between. It's 1:55. I can't even have my time. So this day and tomorrow, probably I will not have any teaching or coaching because many speakers are there. So what I can do is I can sacrifice my time. That's what I decided in the morning. So thank you for your timely arrival. I know you are already having a wonderful full day training to your students, and in
Yeah,
between you are sparing about 1.5 hours today.
yes. I'm in 2 days of full training, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's a very powerful, special sales training that I'm doing.
Wow, that's an amazing thing. It's about sales.
Yeah, it's about sales and yeah, how to sell by decision alone, without actions. How to sell without action? Because I don't know if you know my story, but when I started to sell, when I just finished the Israeli army, I didn't speak English, and I went to South Africa to sell a system, an anti-fuel fraud system, and that system, someone before me tried to sell it for 7 years and they didn't manage. And
Mhm.
I was, after the Far East long hair, I didn't speak English, like almost nothing. I couldn't read a menu. My wife read the menus for me. And
Wow.
I sold $100 million in 3 months without knowing English.
Awesome.
So how do you do that? That's what I teach them.
It's a
And
language
since
of
then,
love.
sorry.
It's a language of love, right? You don't need to know English.
Yeah, it's actually very interesting that you say that. Do you know what's the definition of the word love? How would you define the word love? What is love?
It's that connection.
Connection. So if I take this and that, it's love.
No,
If I
much more
connect,
than that.
yeah. So what's the definition? So this is connection, yes. So if it was the correct definition, it will be love because this is connection, yes.
Oh.
If I take a resistor and solder it to a motherboard, then there is a love between the motherboard and the resistor, no? So something missing here in there. I saw many people connected, men and women connected, and there's everything there but love. I saw people punching each other. It's also connection, but it's not love.
Giving
Really
good
interesting.
without expecting getting.
Sorry?
Giving good without expecting getting.
You will die. If you give without expecting getting, you'll die because in this universe, there's no plus without getting minus. Help do not mean giving without getting. This is how you create a criminal. A criminal is someone that you give him, and doesn't want anything back. What is a criminal? Someone that come and take from you and doesn't give you something back. Most of the people that used to be your friend and they are not anymore is because you gave them, and didn't expect anything back. Now they hate you. That's not love. That's a recipe for disaster.
Can I
Very
try?
Love, love is love.
wonderful. So if I say Jew is Jew, do you know what is Jew? If I say chakachuka, it's chakachuka. Explain to me what is it. Chakachuka is chakachuka. What does it mean?
Love is God.
Okay, if I say chakachuka, it's baba buga. Do I know now understand what it is? There's not two words that are the same in the whole English dictionary. So to say this is
Meir
damn,
sir, what is love? Explain to me and our viewers, please go ahead.
exactly.
Give
It's
us
really
right.
interesting because everyone throws around words, and if you don't actually know what they mean, you actually going to have only losses in your life. Because love actually is the urge to be together for no reason at all. if there is a reason, it's not love, it's a business deal. When you have a child, you love them before they're even born, for no reason at all. And once the love is based on a reason, you have a business deal. You give me, I give you. That's a business deal. That's something else. Love is the urge to be together for no reason at all. It's a spiritual thing. What does it mean, spirit? What does it mean, spirit? How would you define the word spirit? What is spirit? When I say spiritual thing, what does the word spirit mean? And I'm going to share my screen so we can actually see what we're talking about. What does it mean, spirit?
It's like it basically transcends the physical.
That's true, but what does it mean? If you know, how do I know if someone knows something? He can explain it to a 6 years old.
Mr. Ezra, it's a wonderful definition he gave. If the person wants to rape a woman, he has urge to be with her. Is it a love?
No, because there is a reason he wants something.
But you said that without any reason. But here,
no. The urge to be together for no reason. Here, there is a reason. He wants some gratification. He wants some sensation.
So can you give one example where there is no urge?
Yeah, when you've got a child, you see that the child, before you saw him, before you know him, if he do good, if he do bad, for any reason, you still love him.
No, you have urge to give him or her comfort. That is your urge.
No, the urge to be together for no reason. Now there's manifestation after that, but what you want is you want to be with that being for no reason. If you want to get something from that being, you don't love him anymore. That's why you see that sometimes you have a child, and at some moment in time when he pisses you off, you don't love him at that moment, you want to kill him. Why? Because you want him to behave in a certain way, and he's not behaving in that way, and now you want to... But when you are sane, whatever he's doing, he's a baby, you look at him and he's like, just smile at me. You just want to be with him. The moment that you start to put a reason, at that moment, it's not love anymore. Now, when you take rape, when you say rape, you see my screen, yes? So this is a man and this is a woman, and the guy have a reason. He have a lot of reason he wants to be with this woman. He wants to take something from her, and she have a reason not to be with him. It's exactly the opposite of love, because love is flow. She wants to be with me for no reason. She just wants to be with me. She loves me. And he wants to be with her because he loves her, and they want to be together. It's a spiritual thing. The moment that it goes into sex, into a sensation, into all those things, you're talking about the physical universe. But let's explain for a second, what does it mean physical? How would you define the word spiritual? When you will understand this definition, it will be easier with the other definition. What does it mean spiritual? How many of you here are spiritual? Do you think, who thinks he's spiritual? Write to me in the chat. Who thinks that he's spiritual? Yes? Who thinks that he's spiritual? If you're spiritual, tell me that I am in the chat. Where are you? Are you in the chat? Yes. Yeah. Okay. So maybe I'll give you some, you want to be. I am. Yes. Excellent. Okay. So maybe before I even start that, let me do something else. We jump into something. I want to do an exercise with you, okay? I want to do an exercise with you. When I say start, I want you to inhale, to do like that. But I want you to check how many seconds you can inhale. And when you finish, when you cannot anymore, tell me how many seconds. Write in the chat how many seconds, okay? Are we in agreement? So when I say start, you start to inhale. And when you cannot inhale anymore, you tell me how many seconds. Start and inhale. Just check how many times you can. Inhale as long as you can. And when you cannot, tell me I cannot. Tell me when you cannot anymore. Tell me how many seconds. Just right, 5 seconds. Good, Leo. Tell me how many seconds. How many seconds? Give me seconds. Give me seconds. How many seconds you can inhale? 13 seconds. 6 seconds. Excellent. Wonderful. Who else? Tell me how many seconds you can inhale. 22 seconds. Whoa, that's a lot. Very nice. 29. Whoa, Rakash, very nice. Coach Rakash, very, very nice. How many seconds you can inhale? Tell me how many seconds you can inhale. 29, 25, 22, 6, 13, 5. So we've got 2, 4, 5 answers. How many people are on the call? 25 or something like that. But only, oh, here we go, 23. That's very good. Yes. Anyone else? How many seconds you can inhale? 2, 4, 6.
Holding the breath is different from inhaling, right?
Yeah, inhaling.
You have to keep breathing inside.
Yeah. Okay, good. Excellent. Okay, so do you know why I asked you to do that? Why I asked you to do this drill? Why do you think I asked you to do this drill? 15 seconds, very good. Why I asked you to do this drill? Why do you think I asked you to do this drill? Presence, yes, yes. Attention, engagement, yes. Good. Why did I ask you to do this drill? The reason I ask you to do this drill is because you see communication, yes. You see that as good as you are, at one point you will have to exhale. Because if not, if you will not exhale, you will choke. Do you agree with that? As good as you are, you will have to exhale, because if not, you will choke. Now, what's happening when I talk to you, if you don't write in the chat, if you don't communicate, if I just talk to you, I will cause you to choke. You will get data poisoning. So when I'm going to deliver right now for you the talk, we are going to talk, because if I just talk to you, you don't need me to talk. You can take a recording and choke yourself, yes? I want you to breathe in and breathe out. You've been at school for 20,000 hours from the age of 6 to the age of 18, and you fell asleep and you got choked by a teacher that talk. And even in these seminars here, you see that sometimes the lecturer talk and you fall asleep. Why? Because you are not engaging. So if you want to get anything from what I'm telling you, you should be engaged in the chat. Do we have an agreement with that? Can you agree with me? Yes? Yes, that's good. Excellent. At least 2 people say yes. 3 people, that's nice. Daniel, very nice. Yes, thank you, Leo. Thank you, Coach Kamal and Dr. PPP. Yes. Excellent, very good. So we're going to have this agreement. Okay, the second agreement I want to tell you is that nothing that I'm telling you today is true. Nothing. Nothing I tell you today is true. Unless it is true for you. The fact that I'm successful, the fact that I've made $100 million at the age of 31, the fact that all those things is irrelevant. I want you to look at what I say and look, does it make sense to you? If it makes sense to you, beautiful, take it. If not, throw it away. Are we in agreement on that? Nothing I tell you is true because of who I am. It's true only if it's true for you. Okay? Good, so let's start. The first thing I want to talk to you about is about the spirit. What is the smallest number in this universe? If you heard me talking about this before, please don't give the answer. What is the smallest number in this universe? What do you think the smallest number in this universe is? I promise you, if you will participate, you will get something out of this. If not, nothing. 1, Daniel, very good. 0, Leo, excellent. Infinity, excellent. Very good, nice answer. 0, okay. Very good. Okay, 1, 0 in infinity. The smallest number in this universe is 2. The smallest number in this universe is 2. There is nothing that's smaller than 2 because everything is composed of plus and minus, force and counterforce. And when you say 0, there is nothing in this universe that is 0. You go from one side to the another and you find zero. There isn't zero. There's an idea, but not in this universe, not a physical thing that is zero or infinity. Infinity is big, is not small. And one, there is no one, because to have one, you need minus one. The atom is composed of electron and proton. To have big, you need small. To have beautiful, you need ugly. Do you agree with that? Yes. Do you agree with that? The smallest number in this universe is 2. Now, why is it so important? Yeah, why is it so important? It's so important because this universe started at one point. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen? Can you see my drawing? Yes? Okay. So this universe started at one point and it continued. It seems that there is time that continued to go here. Okay? Now, what does the mean started mean? What when I say started at one point, what does the mean start mean? What's the word start mean? What's the definition of the word start? What is the definition of the word start? Origin, yes? That's true. What else? What's the definition of the word start? If I said the iPhone started in 2007, what does it mean? It means that it was not here before. Started mean was not here before. So if I said the iPhone started in 2007, it means before that there was no iPhone. Everyone with me, agree? It's the beginning, which means it was not here before. Started mean was not here before. So far, so good? Agreed, excellent. So if this universe is composed of 2, which means if I take something here and it composed of pluses and minuses, many pluses and minuses, if I break it down to the beginning part, I will find that the beginning particle was 2 particles. So far, so good? Everyone agree with me? Are you following me or not? Yes. Excellent. Wonderful. Beautiful. Okay, so we know that this universe started before, which means what started the physical universe. What do we know? If this thing is composed of 2, what do we know of what came before? We know it is not composed of 2. Do you agree with that or not? Yes or not? Not very clear. Okay, if the physical universe is composed of 2, if the physical universe is composed of 2, if the physical universe is composed of iPhones, let's say that not 2, but iPhone, the physical universe is composed of iPhones. What created the physical universe cannot be composed of iPhone because started mean was not here before. Agree or not? Yes? With me? Good. So the physical universe, we can say the physical universe is something, and something mean composed of 2s.
Oh, okay.
And the spiritual universe is nothing, which mean do not compose of 2s. Do you agree with that? Do you understand that? Do you get that? Or is it too much? You get it, yes? So let's see. How many of you actually with me? It's hard for me to say from this chat. Are you with me or did I lose you totally? You're with me. Leo with me, Dr. PPP with me. Okay. Okay, yes, with you. Excellent, wonderful. Okay, good, excellent, very good. So we know that the spirit, we can define the spirit as a nothingness that can bring about somethingness. The spirit creates the 2 because before the first 2, there was nothing here, you understand? So if you get that, that the spirit is a nothing that bring about something. The question is, how does it bring it about? How do you create the physical universe? Any idea how do you bring the physical universe? How the physical universe get created? How do you think the physical universe get created? How do we have this thing that's called the physical universe? How do you think it's happened? Thought, impact. Impact it cannot be because this is nothing. Thought cannot be because nothing is not a thought. You understand? Thought is, if you have here nothing, how and nothing is a thought? Big Bang needs something to explode, no? So how and nothing explode nothing? Are you with me? How and how something, if you agree with this principle, in order to have a cell phone, what comes before the cell phone is not a cell phone. So how no cell phone create a cell phone? God created the spiritual and physical universe. Not a problem, so define for me God. I'm totally with you, I agree with you. But I need to understand it. One energy to another energy. Energy, the word energy mean, you have what's the difference between energy, power, and force? Do you know what's the difference between energy, power, and force? How would you define energy? How do you measure energy? Energy has nothing to do. Energy is in the physical universe. I'll explain what energy is because I know there's a lot of confusion around that. If this is a piece of something here, okay, and it's sitting here, you understand that this is power. Power is unused energy. Is that correct or not? Do you agree with that? Power is a potential energy. Agree or not? Do you agree with that definition? Yes, it's just physics. It's nothing to do with me. Okay? Energy is actually the release of power. Energy can only be released. Energy can only be released. Energy is what comes off an object when it loses power. And force is what happens when an object that releases energy touch or arrive to another object. Okay, so the question is, how do you get from nothing to something? This is something that if you would be interested, I will explain it in some other time, but not right now. Right now, let me go to the actual presentation so you will be with me quickly. Okay, so let me just skip some things here and I will start here. Okay. Okay, who are you? Who are you? Who do you think you are? Who are you? Who are you? If you say you, who do you mean that you are? Who is you? Who is you? If I say you, what do I mean when I say you? Hello? How would you define you? How would you define you? That's your name, that's good. But who are you? A spirit in a physical body, good, very good. Who are you? The son of my mother and my father, that's really interesting. Okay, that's good, very good. A point of consciousness, that's very good. A child of God, I love that definition. I'm Harry, that's probably true. I'm a creator. Okay, good. That's good. A soul with a body. Okay, nice, nice. I'm the spiritual being having a celebrity experience. Okay, wonderful. That's very nice. Beautiful. Okay, that's very nice. Let's have a look. Who are you? Okay. Let's see. Let's see what you know about mankind, about you. You're powerful beyond imagination, yet you find it hard to act. Procrastination can be seen everywhere. Do you agree that you see procrastination? Everyone procrastinate? Is it true or false? Yes. You are able to invent anything, yet you are controlled by your fears. Is that true for you or not? Have you seen most people are controlled by their fears? Have you seen fear? False. Okay. Excellent. You are not. Excellent. Good. Not true in my case. Good. If it's not true in your case, it's really, really good. It's amazing, actually. I cannot invite God. Yes. Okay. You cannot invite God. You control chemistry and physics, yet you cannot control your own thoughts. You cannot invent God. Excellent. Invent. Okay, good. You control chemistry and physics, yet you cannot control your own thoughts. Is that true or false? Is that true for you or not? True. False. Excellent. Very good job. That's very nice. Very powerful. Excellent. Daniel, amazing. Very nice. You can control your thought. Excellent. Wonderful. Very good. Sometimes. That's probably more honest. That's probably more honest. Yes. Yes. You can fly high and can see the planet and beyond, yet you cannot see the reason for your own problems. Is that true or false? Is that true or false? False. Okay. For as long as you have a problem, you don't see the reason for your problem, because if you find the reason for the problem will not be a problem. I'll give it to you again. For as long as you have a problem, you don't see the reason or the real reason for the problem, because once you find the real reason for your problem, the problem is no more a problem. Do you understand that? If we find the actual reason, if we know everything about the reason for AIDS, there will be no AIDS. If you find the actual reason for Corona and exactly how everything works, you will see there will be no Corona. So if you have a problem, by definition, you don't have the reason. Do you agree with that or not? True or false? Agree. Good. Yes. That's exactly. You are basically good, yet you act badly. Not you, people in Australia. You are all perfect. True or false? False. You never act badly. You always act amazingly beautiful. You never get upset with anyone. Correct. Exactly. Exactly. Yes. So it's true for you. Yes. Excellent. You can communicate instantly with anyone, anytime, anywhere, yet you cannot communicate with your own past. And you cannot communicate what you really want to communicate. Is that true or false for you? True or false? Okay, very good. You must love those that are close to you, yet you hate most those that were once close to you. You are a spirit that has a mind that controls the body, yet you let your mind and body control you. Is that true or false? Is that true or false? Is that true that you let your mind and body control you? True or false? True. Yes. You have unlimited abilities, yet you feel weak. You have to sleep. You have to eat. You are worried. You don't make as much money as you want. You get upset. You have unlimited abilities, yet you feel weak. You are strange, yet beautiful. Is that true for you or not? So, why? Why are you not using your full power? why you are not using your full potential? Why you're not using your full power? Why do you think people not using their full potential? What's the reason? Why people simply not say, I'm so powerful, I'm a spirit, I can just do anything, I'm a spirit. I was born in the God created me, not someone else. God created me. So obviously I'm so amazing, powerful. Why I'm not using all this power? I was born in the image of God. Why I'm not using my power? Negative influence by others who don't like themselves. So it's someone else, not you. Too much waste of energy takes our power away. Okay. So it's not us. It's something else external to us. That's the problem. Is that correct? So it's something external to us. That's what I hear. There's something external to us that make us affect. We are not affect. We are not cause. Things just happen to us and we cannot do much about it. Is that true or false? That's what you're saying? I said that in any situation, you can either be cause or effect. If you don't know, you will justify or give excuses, and excuses will bring bad result. And if you decide that you are cause, if you learn, you bring result. What do I mean? If you know, what's the result of knowledge? What do you think will happen if you have knowledge? What do you think that will be the result of knowledge? If you know something, if you learn how to drive a car, what will be the result? What do you think will be the result of learning how to drive a car? What do you think will happen? Better us, yes. You will control the car. Do you agree with me? If you have knowledge on driving the car, you'll control the car, yes? So, and if you control the car, the result will be that you will be able to take responsibility. Is that correct or false? So if you don't control something, you know that you are not responsible and you don't know. It's not that something else doing it, you simply don't know. For as long as mankind did not know how to control a disease, he blamed the gods that become upset with him or I don't know what, but the disease stayed there. But then man learned about antibiotic and all kind of thing, and he managed to fix all kind of thing. So every time you say that something else other than you causing the situation, you say I'm effect and it is cause and it is a lie. It's always, I know it's not easy to hear, but it's always you, it's always me. And if I consider that it's someone else, I make someone else cause and I make myself a slave. So if you want to improve your life, the one thing that you need to know that you are cause. And when you are not cause, you simply either don't know something or you're not willing to take responsibility. And the result, by the way, of cause and responsibility is what we know as income. You will not have income for as long as you blame someone else other than you to your condition. Does it make sense to you? Are you with me? Hello? Yes, Dr. PP, good. Yes. If you don't get off this thing, what we are going to learn after your presentation? You will learn how to get in control, how to make money. You learn how to actually create money. What is income? I'm leading you towards income. I have a very special guarantee that I give to my students. Students that come to learn from me, if they come to learn from me and they pay me for a seminar and they don't get the result they expected, you know what happened? It's not that I refund the money. I pay them. I pay them damages. because I don't blame my student for no results. If you learn from me and you participate, you just need to participate. Even if you say stupid things, just participate. If you learn from me, you come to my seminar and you paid me $10,000 and you didn't get the result, I'll pay you $10,000. In addition to the $10,000 you paid. And I'm good for it. And no one asked me ever. You know why? Because what I'm saying is not what you expect. Because what I'm saying is what you need, and what I'm saying is not what everyone believes in, because what everyone believes in do not bring result. 99% of this society is bankrupt. Do not feel well and they don't admit it. Do not make money and they don't admit it. And they have a lot of problems. So what I teach is something that works. It's not what you want to hear. It's not nice. It's definitely not nice. But it works. It works to such a degree that if it doesn't bring you a result, I pay you. And as you know, I'm Jewish, so I don't pay easily. I bring results. It's better. You understand? So if you want results, look at what I'm saying and you will see that what I'm telling you bring results. Every one of my customers, without exception, make money a lot and fast. You understand? But it's very difficult. The process is difficult. The time of learning is difficult because I'm moving all the furnitures in your head. Everything that you know, I tell you it's bullshit. I teach you something new, but that's the only way for you to change and to improve. If you want more of what you know, you're in the wrong place. Don't be with me. I mean, you can be here, but not with me. What I teach is things that work 100% of the time, to such a degree that I can give such a guarantee. You come to my seminar, you pay $1,000, you didn't get the result, you get $1,000 plus the $1,000 that you paid. No one ever asked me for the money back. Do you know why? Because it works. And I'm very cocky because what I have worth more than gold, because I don't know about anyone else that can give this kind of a guarantee. But I allow everyone else to be as cocky as me because I know that you're very, very, very powerful, extremely powerful. You just don't want to admit it because many, many people told you that you are not. I actually think that I am perfect and anything that is not perfect is not me, but as long as I agree that everyone else is as perfect as me. And I think that is about you, that you are perfect and anything that is not perfect is not you. Yeah, do you understand? So if you want results, that's the place to be, but you need to be willing to let your furniture move. If you want to come and continue and say, oh, it's all energy and it's coming from God. And yes, God, I don't believe in God. I know there is God. I don't believe in God because belief is nonsense because I believe now and 5 minutes from now, I don't believe, yes? I know there is God, but God expects me to be cause and not to blame the whole world for my condition. So if you want to change, you need to bite the bullet. And the bullet is what you know is fake reality. What is fake reality? Fake reality is a piece of information you are 100% sure is right, but when you use it, it doesn't bring the expected results. And how do you change? You participate in the chat, because if you're sitting there and listening, you will not change. There is not one person that changed by listening, because listening is being an effect. By listening, you will not change. You need to participate. You're wasting your time sitting, listening to me if you are not on the chat talking. Because I cause you damage by you listening to me, because I cause you effect, you already an effect, and I even squash you even more. That's not my purpose. My purpose is to make you bigger. How? Participate, participate. Every question, that's why I'm asking so many questions. I can talk, believe me, I can talk. I don't need anyone to answer me. But I want you need to answer me, because it will help you. So you need to decide if you want value, if you really want to succeed, and I can save your life, literally. Just go onto my Facebook and check the result that my customers write. I can save your life, but you need to participate. If you don't participate, you are wasting your time. I enjoy talking. Okay. So do we have an agreement that you participate? Let me see the chat firing up. Participate, yes. Yes, excellent, good. Excellent. So we've got at least 4, 5, 6 people that saying yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, that's much better. Excellent. Very good. That's much better. If you don't have results, you're dealing with fake realities. And before you will admit it, fake reality, as I told you again, is a piece of information you are 100% sure is right, but when you use it, it doesn't bring the expected result. If you don't have results, you don't know, you are not responsible, because if you know, you will be responsible. If you know how to drive a car, you will take responsibility for the car, you will control the car. If you know how to do an a heart surgery operation, you will take responsibility and you will control that heart. But if not, you will give excuses. Excuses make the problem bigger. Okay. So why you don't use your full power? What is the biggest problem with the current situation? What do you think with the biggest problem with the current situation? Corona, all these things. What do you think the biggest problem with the current situation? Thank you, Anita. Money, yes? So just become Jewish, it's easy. I'm joking. Health, uncertainty, yes. Yes, tell me more. What's the biggest problem with the current situation? What do you think the biggest problem with the current situation? Talk to me. Break some channels of flaws, yes. Losing control, that's true. Yes. Okay. Business and happiness, good. It makes people worried, upset, unstable, unsure. And why is it a problem? Because the potential of penalty. Do you know what's the definition of the word fear? How would you define the word fear? What is fear? How many of you felt fear before? Did you feel fear before? Yes? What is it? What does the word fear mean? What does it mean to be afraid? What is fear?
Endlessly.
What is fear? How will you define the word fear?
About
false evidence appearing real. Evidence cannot be false by definition. While it sounds good, evidence cannot be false by definition. The word of evidence is actually something that can be proven.
endlessly.
Worrying of something that could break us, yes. So fear actually is an unwillingness to communicate.
Freaking out endlessly.
Fear is an unwillingness to communicate. Do you agree with that? When you're afraid, you don't look. Did you notice that? If you look at something, you will not be afraid of it. If you gain the ability to look at something, you will stop being afraid. Do you agree with that? Yes? Yes. So the unpleasant emotion caused by belief that someone or something is dangerous, likely to cause pain or threat. Yes, it's an unwillingness to communicate. Okay, so now what's happening with the current situation, people tell you a lot of dangerous things that you don't want to happen because of the potential penalty, and you feel fear. And every time you feel fear, you run away or you freeze, but you don't act. You don't actually do something about it. So your action or inaction are directed toward avoiding a potential penalty. All you do because you're afraid, you're trying to avoid a potential penalty. You are not creating. Does it make sense to you? You're not creating. Yes? And what is the definition of the word action or inaction are directed to avoiding a potential penalty, it is actually the definition of the word serious. What does it mean to be serious? Serious is a situation where you are interested in something in order to avoid penalty. You go to work because if you didn't go to work, you won't get paid. And if you will not get paid, you will get fired. And if you will not, if you'll get, if you'll get fired, and if you'll get fired, you won't get paid. And if you will not get paid, you will not be able to pay the mortgage. So you go to work. So you get very serious. Life is not beautiful. Serious is not, there's two definitions for the word. One is doing something diligently, and another one is being like that. You know, everything is dangerous, everything is heavy. Things are always, you are always afraid, you never smile. Life is difficult. That's when you are being serious. Have you ever seen someone serious? Have you ever seen someone like really serious, like has no life? You know how serious can you get? You know how serious can you get? Dead serious. The most serious person in the world is dead serious. He's dead, you understand? So what is seriousness? Seriousness is a state of mind where your action or inaction are directed toward avoiding a potential penalty or a pain rather than creating. So every time you fail because you are serious. For example, if I put a piece of wood, this one, let's say 40 centimeter width, 40 centimeter thickness, 200 meter long, and I tell you to walk over it, you'll be able to walk over it with no problem. Is that correct or not? Yes, 40 centimeter wide, you'll be able to walk over it. Yes, easy. Now, if I put this wood at 200 meter height, because you will be trying to avoid the penalty of falling, you will become serious and you will not be able to do it. So every time you failed in your life, you failed because you became serious. You first become serious and then you fail. When you are young, when everything was easy and you are unserious, everything just happened. You don't even know why, but things happen. You are unserious. So your problem is that you are a little bit too serious. And that is what serious is. It's an attempt to survive, not by creating, by prohibition. Now, why do you think people get serious? Why people get serious? Why do you think people get serious? Why do you think people get serious? Yes, therefore stay foolish. Because of society. Yes, what about society? Why do you think people get serious? Why do you think people get serious? Why will you not just stay happy and uptone and upbeat and whatever happened, you know, it will be okay? Because of fear, okay. Fear of failure, being laughed at, yes, that's true. To avoid penalty, that's very good, Leo. They want others to believe that they know their stuff, yes, Daniel. To be serious and abide by the rules, yes. They are right, I'm wrong, yes, that's true, put my yes. And not awaken. Think about past mistakes, yes. So what you're saying is true, and I want to give you a little bit more about it. So what happened is like that, they failed. What do I mean? You live through life and you fail. What does it mean you fail? You get hit like, and then you do one more thing and you get again hit, boom. And then you do another thing and you get hit, boom. And after a while, when the opportunity to act comes, you say, no, I would not make a decision. And when you cannot make a decision, you become serious. You are as serious as you can not make decisions. And you see that every time you procrastinate, you become more serious, because to act, you need to make a decision. And you are as dead as you don't make decisions. The less decision you make, the more serious you get. The more serious you get, the less money you make. It's not important which decision. Any decision is better than no decision. Any decision. The only problem you have, you are avoiding decisions. You make decision, you start to make decision, not important which decision. You make decisions. You will become unserious. You will start to laugh. You will have life. And at that moment, you will have income. You have income in direct ratio to the number of smiles that you have, or to the unseriousness that you can have. The more serious you are, the more poor you are. I can look at a person, be with him for 20 minutes or 10 minutes and tell you how much money he's got in the bank. And just check how serious he is. I can actually tell you the exact amount of money that he has in the bank. Because serious people are dead people, and dead people cannot make money. Happiness is prerequisite for success. The word success means the sum of all validated improvements. So success is not, oh, I'm successful. Success is improvement and improvement and improvement and improvement and improvement and improvement and improvement. And one day you say, oh, I know how to play guitar. Improvement, improvement, improvement. You say, oh, I know how to write. It's the number of improvement, not the size or the quality of the improvement that brings success. But what you do, because you are serious, you cannot see improvement. You see only what's wrong. Serious people see what count what's wrong. Unserious people count improvement. So in order for you to be successful, you have to be unserious, because otherwise you cannot see improvement. You will see anything that's wrong. You cannot be successful for as long as you are serious. And the problem of every single person that is not successful is that he's too serious. I've got lots of friends, extremely powerful and extremely rich, and not all of them as rich as me, but they are rich. And the one thing in common, unserious. All their life they're doing the most crazy things, and they are willing to die or not or whatever. They were unserious and nothing happened to them. The only time that something happened to a child is when the serious parents come and say, hey, be careful. You understand? Otherwise, the childs are fine. Nothing will happen to them. Seriousness is the manifestation of accepted, not created, failures. You accept that you failed. You agreed to the failure because you, the spirit, cannot fail. You're as serious as you accept failure. Serious people don't play the game of life. It plays them. It's like someone put you on someone else's chessboard and they move you. Serious people cannot initiate. They're too dead. In order to succeed, you need to force yourself to smile. Have to. If you cannot smile, you cannot succeed. Happiness is prerequisite for success. You're not interested in life, but in avoiding pain and death. You're not interested in life. You don't say, okay, good, I'm jumping from an airplane. Okay, well, no problem. Kite surfing. We're going to do this, we're going to do that. You are trying, no, it's dangerous, and this is dangerous, and this is dangerous, and this is dangerous. So you're not living. You are serious. What do you get in life? What do you get in life? What do you get in life? What do you think you get in life? What do you think you get in life? What defines what you will get? Satisfaction, experience. No, seriousness and happiness cannot coexist. Never. Freedom, awakening. What you get in life is actually meaning, yes. What you get in life is actually what you put your attention on. If you put your attention on all the bad things that can happen, they will happen. If you put your attention in everything that's wrong, It will be wrong. If you put your attention on all the bad things that you've done, you will get more of it. But if you put the attention, you ignore the bad, and you just validate improvement, validate improvement, validate improvement, and you tell to yourself every day, you look at the mirror and you say, there's no one that looks better than me. There's no one that is as amazing than me. There's no one that, and at the same time, everyone is at the same level. Everyone, for me, I look at everyone and I think they are amazing. So you need to say, I am perfect and everyone else is as perfect as me. If you cannot see that, if you find fault all day long, he did that and she did that and if you find fault, you will die. You are too serious to live. To live at all, you need to be unserious. When you are serious, your attention is not on life, but on something different, on something different. It is on the potential penalty, at the potential pain, a debt. This is what happened. When you're serious, your attention is on that. And that's what you get. You get penalty, you get pain, and you die. And so you get penalized for living. You get pain and you get debt. Overall, you lose. Serious people always lose. Losers are always serious people. How would you define competence? What is competence? How would you define the word competence? What is competence? When you said this is a competent guy, what does it mean? What does it mean to be competent? How do you become like, boom, God, I'm going, I'm closing, I'm going, I'm making it go right. I'm going, I know what I'm doing. Knowing how to solve X problem, yes? How do you get to know how to solve X problem? What does it mean, competence? Competence is the ability to do what you do when you're doing it. Competence is the ability to do what you do when you're doing it. But when you are serious, you do A and you think about 70,000 things that mustn't happen. So you cannot be competent and serious. Are you with me? You cannot be competent and serious. It is totally debilitating. If you are serious, there is no way in hell. I can give you money, and I did. I gave money to people, just as an experience. I gave money to a person. I knew he was serious, and I gave him money for his business. I invested, but I just wanted to check. I gave him $100,000, nothing, not a lot of money. So I gave him $100,000 and I said, okay, fine, I will check. Just wanted to do an experiment. He lost the money easy, quickly. Why? Because he was too serious. On the other hand, I took another person and gave him almost nothing. I gave him just an idea, and that guy was not serious, and he created gold. Serious people, you know why they're serious? People that are serious are not serious because of what's happening in front of them, but because of what happened in front of them remind them of. And so they act cuckoo because they don't actually see what's in front of them. They see what's happened before. I'll give you an example. Have you seen the movie Jaws? Have you seen the movie Jaws? You know, this shark that like to eat blondes, yes? Have you seen this movie? By the way, like only blondes. If you see a brunette in the water, the shark don't eat her. Only blondes, yes? So you see this shark, and the shark is in the water. The lady is in the water, this blonde lady is in the water, and she swims. And all of a sudden you hear, ta-dam. What do you think? You think, get back to the boat, yes? And she swim a bit more, and you hear, ta-dam, 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 and the shark, boom, eats the lady. Now, why the shark eat the lady? Do you know why the shark eat the lady? Because she didn't hear the soundtrack. But now, why did you go crazy Why did you go crazy? When you heard the tadam, 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 because it reminded you of something. Now later on, you see another lady, totally another lady, and she swim, and you hear tadam, and you think, get back to the boat. And you hear tadam, 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 you get back to the boat, and nothing happened. At that moment with this, when you go, get back to the boat, you go cuckoo, you are serious. And you are serious not because of what's happening in front of you, but because of what it reminds you. Because listen, you are in a movie theater, you know there's nothing happening, but you go cuckoo because you are not in present time. You are stuck in the past. The definition of the word insanity, what is insanity? How would you define insanity? How would you define insanity? What's the word insanity mean? What's the word insanity mean? What's the word insanity mean? How? Doing the same thing over and over again. Taking belief, yes, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Unfortunately, although it sounds good, that's the definition of tenacity. I know many people say that, but if you actually think about it, if you look at that, you'll see that that's tenacity. You've got the child, you tell him, go to the shower, go to the shower, go to the shower, go to the shower, 1 hour. And then you go to the shower, that's tenacity. And then you need another hour, get out of the shower, get out of the shower, get out of, that's tenacity. You understand? It's not insanity. That's tenacity. Insanity is actually attention stuck in the past. Insanity is actually the manifestation of seriousness. You are as insane as you are serious. Attention stuck in the past. The more your attention is in the past, the less you are sane. Because if you act based on the past, you don't see what's in front of you. So obviously you are insane. You cannot make right decisions when you look at the past. If we look at this thing that I showed you earlier, that was not. So this is the starting point, this is time, and this is you. And you bring about, you create, you bring about thing, okay? By putting out ideas, you bring this thing, pluses and minuses, and you bring more and more things about, and you create the physical universe. Do you agree with that or not? Do you agree that in the physical universe, there's more and more and more particles that are being created from the beginning? Okay, do you agree with that? You see those things in the physical universe, everything dependent on everything else. If I show you something, you know that something brought it about. There is a prior cause. There is always a prior cause. Something caused something, etc. There is always a connection. There is nothing out of, there's no something out of nothing in the physical universe, yes? And you will see that actually, when you are here, when you are somewhere here, when you are dependent on your past, you're actually insane. Because sanity is the ability to bring something out of nothing. You are as powerful as you can come with ideas. If we were relying on the past all our life, what will happen, we will still not fly. The planet will still be flat. The blood will still not fly in the body. And what we will have is limitation, limitation, limitation. Why? You can define the word past as the sum of all your limitations. Did you notice that the child, somewhere here, a child, have a lot of future, and as you get older, you get less and less future? Did you notice that? Unless you don't give so much attention to the past unless you stop being serious. Your only problem, if you want to become rich tomorrow, start to be unserious and you'll see money will come to you from nowhere. If you take any situation around and just make it unserious, any situation, money will come to you from nowhere. Do you know what's the word money mean? You know what's the word money mean? What's the definition of the word money? Other than this thing that Jewish people have, money is not energy. There is not two words that are the same in the whole English dictionary. Money is definitely not energy. Do you understand? Because energy is maybe a synonym. Agreement by conference. Okay. Idea. Good. Idea is not money. Value. Okay. Value is not money. It's different. It's just different words. Do you understand that money, idea, values are different words? They are not the same. They may be similar, but they are not the same. They're synonym, maybe. Agreement by confidence. Okay, that's good. What is money? What is money? What is money? What do you think? How do you think that you get money? Why will I have so much money and someone else will have no money? Grow up, yes. Money is the result. Money is actually the result of putting something into the future. When I put something into the future that has value for someone else, that someone else will want that future and he will give me money. Money is a promise, is an exchange for a promise for a future. Money is an exchange for promise of a future. People pay you to give them future, and they have future by having a new car, so they have the future of them driving in the car, and they have future by having glasses, so they have the future of actually seeing. And they basically, you give them future, and in exchange they give you this thing that's called money. Money is what you get for creating future for other people. You want money? You need to create future. For as long as your attention is on the past, there's no future. When you're serious, you put attention on the past. You want money? You need to put attention forward, not backward. Are you with me or not? Do you see that? Does it make sense to you? Of course, there are many techniques on how to do it, etc. But the best technique is become unserious. If someone come to me and tell me, how do you make someone rich? I say, anything that makes someone unserious, make him rich. Anything that make you unserious will make you rich. And the only problem that you have, the only limitation that you have, you're too serious. Does it make sense to you? Any area in which you are serious about, you are also incompetent in. Any area in which you are serious about, you are also incompetent in. How do you think your past influences your present behavior? After an impact, you make a decision, a resolution to act in a certain way. You say, I will never do that again. And thus, you are trapped. And let me explain what's happened here, okay? Let me explain what happened. You have yourself here, okay? And you can think about the past. This is the past, here the past, okay? And the past started with very, very little past you have. And you are here and something happened to you. you have an impact. Something happened to you. You lost, someone make fun of you. You have an impact and you don't want it. So what you do, you put here a kind of a filter. You put here a kind of a filter and you say, this must never happen. And then one more thing happened and you said that must never happen, and that must never happen, and that must never happen, and that must never happen. And you build here something that called a mind. All the things that mustn't happen again. And when the next thing is about to happen, when you have the opportunity to create the next thing, what you do, instead of just going and doing it, you go and check against all those things that must not happen. And by the time you stop checking, you are not you. You are a serious, heavy, slow, unable to act person because everything is dangerous. So you cannot even answer an email because every action means I need to check all those things that mustn't happen. So you become so slow that you practically do nothing. And if you check your life, you see that if you don't learn how to remove all of those things, if you don't learn how to stop being serious by removing all those things, practically there's no way that you will succeed. And that's why 99.99999% of people don't use their full potential, because the potential is wasted on checking what shouldn't happen instead of creating what they want to happen. It is sad, but it is true. You can say that your only enemy that you have is your experience, your past. The only enemy that you have is your past. You see, young people have no experience and they come up with ideas, they do and then they get hit and they start to accumulate past and they start to accumulate experience. And yes, they're safe because they do nothing, but they're also useless. Ability do not mean being afraid. Ability mean I'll do whatever it takes, and if I need to die in the process, so be it. And I'm not saying that you need to endanger yourself, yes? You know, I've been in the Israeli army, and let me tell you the story of how I got. I was born with my both feet pointing backward, okay? Both feet pointing backward. And for 6 years, I was in cast up to my hips, and every 3 days my mom took me to a hospital and they turned the feet slowly, and they turned the feet after 6 years, but destroy my ankles. And all my life, I'm 56 years old, I don't remember one day of no pain. Not one day. 56 years. Now, at 6 years old, I couldn't move, I couldn't walk, I didn't have muscles because I was in cast all those years. And the doctor said he will not walk. There's nothing to do. But I said, no, I will. So I started to push and push and push and push. And I started to walk, and I started to somehow walk with huge pain all the time. And I started to walk, and I managed to walk. And when I got to the age of 18 in Israel, everyone goes to the army. And I said, I'm going to the army, and I'm going to the best unit in the army. So I volunteered to be a diver. The course is 2 years, yes? Terrible course, terrible, very, very difficult. We started 4,000 people. We ended up 21, 2 years. The whole course, I was walking with pieces of wood in my mouth because the pain was unbearable. But I've done the whole course, 2 years. One time we had to do 40 kilometers with 40 kilo. I don't know if you've done 40 kilometers with 40 kilo on a road, but we've done it on the beach, going into the water and out, into the water and out. It was death, but I did it. You know why I did it? Because I saw the future all the time. I developed something that I call the 5-second rule. What is the 5-second rule? I didn't do the whole thing. I've done many 5 seconds. Every time I told to myself, I can do another 5 seconds. I can do another 5 seconds. I can do another 5 seconds. And I've done many thousands or millions of 5 seconds. And that's how I've done 2 years. But what got me is I never surrendered to the pain. I never got serious about the pain. I always say it's only pain. My family will ask me, but how do you do that? Look at your feet, they're swollen like that. Are you crazy? How do you do that? I say, it's only pain. Only pain, it's only pain. I'm serious about it. I was never serious about it. Never serious about it. Never. And when you're not serious, you can do anything. But if I will say, oh, it's painful, and I will start to what I call look for reason to surrender. Believe me, I had many reasons to surrender in my life. But for as long as you are not serious, nothing can take you down, and there's nothing you cannot achieve. Nothing. Nothing that you cannot achieve if you are not serious. And in life, if you don't remove this thing that causes you to be serious, if you don't remove this thing, there's no way for you. There's no way for you to improve. Every day that go by, you accumulate more of those. You need to remove them. You have to remove them. Serious people are not serious because of what is happening, but because of what happened. You see, when I did the next step in the army, if I would think about the pain that happened before, I would not continue. But because I was thinking only 5 seconds ahead, and the 5 seconds ahead, there's nothing. It's okay. 5 seconds ahead is okay. Then it wasn't a problem. Because I was not stuck in the past. I was creating the future all the time. Just 5 seconds. Just 5 seconds. That's all. How many of you are serious about something in your life? Is it true that everyone is serious about something in his life? Some about his wife, some about his kids, some about his money, some about his kidneys, some about his weight, some about his something. Yes, everyone is serious. You will see that areas you are serious about are areas that you are failing at. If you enjoy playing guitar, you're not serious about playing guitar, you'll be good at guitar. You are not serious about moving your hand, so you are good at moving your hand. But the moment that you start to be worried about your hand, you will see that you will not be able to move your hand. Areas you are serious about are areas that you are failing at. Now, do you know what is beginner's luck? Do you know? Did you hear about this term, beginner's luck? Do you know what is beginner's luck? What is beginner's luck? How would you define beginner's luck? What is beginner's luck? A childlike energy and freedom, yes. Beginners, they are not serious. Exactly. Beginner's luck is someone that doesn't understand all the problems. He doesn't understand. He just didn't hear about the problems. So he's doing something perfect. And then you come and tell him someone got to play golf and he doesn't understand anything. And he hit it and whoa! And then everyone tried to teach him how to play golf and tell them all the bad things that can happen. So of course he cannot play golf anymore. He becomes serious. Beginner's luck is a moment of unseriousness. The moment that you stop being serious, you'll be able to do what you want to do. The moment you will stop being serious, you will be able to have what you want to have. This is really unbelievable how amazing it is. Beginner's luck referred to a supposed phenomenon of novice. That's very good, yes. So we have a crisis. What is a crisis? What is a crisis? How would you define the word crisis? What is a crisis? What do you think is a crisis? What do you think is a crisis? How will you define the word crisis? The Joker, yes. A tough condition hitting you at the same time. Good. A crisis is actually a condition you consider prevents you from being cause and making a decision. A crisis, every time you are not able, you think that you're not able to make a decision is a crisis. The moment that you make a decision, you feel better. Did you notice that if you drive a car and you don't know where should I go, left or right, that question mark makes you slow down, and if you still don't know where to go, you will stop. And then you make a decision to turn left and you feel great. Why? You made a decision. Now you feel great, you drive and you, whoa, hit the wall. You make another decision to turn around. Now you make two decisions, you feel twice as good. If you are unserious, yes? So decision. Crisis is something that prevents you from making decisions. Make a decision and the crisis will not be a crisis for you. Make a decision and the crisis will not be a crisis for you. You lost money, someone stole from you money. Make a decision, it's gone. That's not a crisis for you anymore. Make a decision, I'm going to make more. It won't be a crisis for you. You don't know what to do. Should I do it or not? Make a decision, I'm not doing it or I am doing it. Make a decision, 100% decision. And that's it, that's the decision. Boom, there will not be a crisis. Every crisis you ever experienced was the result of an indecision, which, of course, make you serious. You are as serious as you don't make decision. What does it mean not to make decision? To not make decision mean to live open cycles in your life. I'll explain what do I mean. When you're born, it's more or less, it's not exactly correct what I'm saying now, it's just for the illustration. If this is you, and this is your body, this is before you put on weight and everything, yes? So this is you and this is your body, okay? And good, excellent. And you have here a mind, okay? Whoops, that's not your mind, this is your mind. Okay, you have a mind, okay? Now, your mind has processes, yes? Much like a computer, okay? Now, you have millions of those processes, okay? Every time you don't make a decision, one of these processes gets stolen. It gets occupied because it's occupied for as long as you don't make a decision. You have a maybe. And you don't make a decision and you don't make a decision and you didn't answer this email and you didn't do that and you didn't close that. And this is still have to happen and you still need to go to hit this guy at 3 years old that hit you. And you have many open decisions. And what you get to a situation like a computer. When a computer have many programs open, what will happen to the computer? It will slow down. And if you open more processes, it will crash, yes? What you have is like that. Every time you don't make a decision, you slow down. The slowdown is you becoming serious. When you are serious, you are slow. When you are serious, you are not logical. Your ability to compute reduced tremendously. And this thing that you know as stress is only too many indecisions. Any decision is better than no decision, because when you actually make a decision, you're free. those processes and you become smart. And with this smartness, you can solve anything. Anything. You stop being afraid, you become unserious, and all of a sudden you start to live. Not a second before. Any decision is better than no decision. But if you look at the WhatsApp and you look at that and you didn't answer, indecision. You got an email and you didn't answer, an indecision. You want to write a book and you didn't write, an indecision. You need to handle that texting and you didn't, indecision. You had a receipt that you didn't write, indecision. You had an invoice that you didn't register, indecision, 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 and you become very, very serious. And you have many indecisions. You need to make decisions. The less decisive you are, the more emotionally bankrupt you are. You will see that you will become emotionally bankrupt when you don't decide. Making no decision is always the wrong thing to do, since now you're putting yourself in somebody else's gamble. They need to decide for you. And you are no longer living your own life. Serious people cannot make decisions. You are as sane as you can decide. And anyone that takes away from you the ability to decide is trying to take away from you your sanity. Anyone that tell you, you know, when I'm teaching people, I'm telling them that learning is a process of deleting data, not adding data. I remove fake realities. I don't give you data. Removing fake realities, not adding data. Does it make sense to you? Learning is a process of removing data, not adding data. Because the spirit knows. One of the definitions of the word spirit is this thing that knows. And when I add data, I actually add past for you. And I'm telling you, rely on the past. And actually, I get you away from you. You can see that if this is you, if this is the beginning, and this is time, and this is the spirit, and this is the past, and this is the past, okay? This is the past. And you are, let's say, somewhere here, okay? This is where you are. What actually prevents you from being as powerful as you is actually the past. The past is what's separating you from now. Any moment that you actually achieved anything is because you somehow bypassed your past. The past is your biggest enemy. The past, the definition of the word past is the sum of all your limitation. Do you agree? Do you agree that the best thing is to be in present time? Do you agree with that? The best thing is to be in present time. Do you agree with that? That you want to be in present time. Yes, agreed? Everyone agree, yes? Good. So you don't agree. Okay, John, so where's the best place to be if not in present time? Let's define for a second what is the past. The past is what happened. Yes, it will never come back. The future will never arrive because the future is always in the future. To be and see yourself in the future. But the future is always, 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 always going to be in the future. Yes? So if the future is going to be the future and the past is always what happened, what is present time? How will you define present time? Because by the time I say present time, it's become the past. You understand? So what does it mean actually present time? What does it mean present time? How can you be in the present? By the time you say prayer, it's already gone, it's already in the past. What does it mean present time? How will you define it? Mindful of the moment, I understand. What does it mean, the moment? Separation between the past and the future. But what does it mean? How can I separate between the past and the future? Did you see anyone that actually can say, this is present time? You can make decision without involving past or future. Wonderful, but what does it mean? What does it mean? You can make decision without involving past and future. What does it mean? Now, what does it mean now? By the time that I say now, it's already past. Relating to the current period of time. But time, by definition, is something that passed. So it's not now, yes? Tag dialogue right now. What does it mean now? By the time I say now, it's gone. What does it mean now? Do you know what's the definition of the word now? The only now that ever existed, the only now that will ever exist is before the beginning. When you create, now can be defined as before the past. When you, the spirit, bring about something out of nothing, it's now. And otherwise, you're just serious. You're just an effect. You can say that the past, and that's the last thing that probably I will explain, the past is the sum of all the lies. Why? What is a lie? A lie is a change from the original. Is that true or not? A lie is a change from the original. Is that correct, the definition? A lie is a change from the original. True or false? Lie is a change from the original. True, yes? Which means that if something happened here and you look at that from here, you don't see the original anymore. So the past is the sum of all the lies that you are holding to. And anything that continues contain lies. Okay, that's all for today. I will stop sharing my screen and I will open the floor for questions. If you have any questions, as you know, you're not going to hear what you want, but you're going to hear what you need. So if you're brave enough to ask questions, I'm here. Ask me.
Hey, Ezra, I wanted to ask you, when did you decide not to be serious? Like, what did you decide to, what was your defining moment?
The defining moment was when I was 2 years old. I remember the exact second when I realized that if I will be the effect of the pain of my feet, then I will not live. Then there's no living. It's better to die. So I decided the feet is nothing, and I'm going to look at everything as it's not a problem. Nothing is a problem. Nothing is serious. Nothing. And I've done the most crazy thing in the army, and I've done the most crazy thing since then. And I've took the most amazing risks. And I always came out okay because I was unserious. Actually, in the army, when we were going out for operations, we knew that if someone is starting to worry, he's going to die or get hurt. Because only serious people get hurt from bullet. People that are unserious, bullet don't go to them. I know it sounds weird, I know. But by observation, bullets in the army hit only those people that are worried from bullets. If you're not worried from bullets, bullets will not hit you. And I've seen it. I mean, I've been in the worst situation, went into ambushes, did crazy things. Promise you, bullets do not hit people that are not afraid. They have an address, and the address is glued to you by your fear. Fear is the glue for problems. For as long as you are not serious, problem do not stuck to you. Or those problems, you don't consider them as problems. You know, the problem, the word problem means force counter force. This is a problem. I want something and he wants something else. Yes? This is the problem. Do you agree with me? Now, if I don't push, the other guy cannot put force against me. Try to push against nothing. There's no force. While it takes two to create a problem, it takes only one person to solve any problem. But what you do, you say it's the other side. So if it's the other side, so his cause, so you're an effect, and that's it. You cannot solve the problem. While it takes two to create a problem, it takes only one guy to solve any problem. Just stop pushing and it's not a problem. You with me? Any other questions?
Yes, Meir, sir. Thank you so much for serving the Israel army. I also serve the Canadian army, and I feel you. My question to you is, Meir, sir, what's the secret of your success? And my second question is, Meir, sir, what's your mission, passion, purpose, and vision? Thank you so much, sir. Go ahead.
Okay, the secret for my success is that I'm not trying to be successful, because success is a target only for failures. Every time you say, I want to be success, you say, I'm a failure. Success is a target only for failures. Only people that are failure want to be successful. I don't want to be successful. Only people that are failures are successful. Want to be successful. So every time that you say, I want to be successful, you actually say, look, I admit that I'm a failure, but I don't want to say it, so I call it success. So I don't do that. What I do, I say, validated improvement and validated improvement and validate, and I see only good, I see only good, I see only good, I see only good. Even if you throw at me the worst thing, I will find the good in them. I find the good in any person, I find the good in any situation, and the magic is that when you find good in people, they become good. And when you find bad in people, they become bad. When you find good in situation, the situation become good. When you find bad in situation, the situation become bad. And you think that you want to fix things by finding what's bad. It's wrong. Why? You fix physical things by finding what's bad. You fix people by finding what's good. People you fix by finding what's good about them. Machine you fix by finding what's bad about them. Now, what my goal, what my purpose, and so on, I don't have a goal. I don't have a purpose. I have one thing. My only thing is I create the greatest survival to the greatest number of being, people, and things in every situation. I look and I say, in this second, what is the greatest survival to the greatest number of being, people, and things? So if I need to kill a person to save 1 billion, I'll do it. But if I need to save one person, to invent a cure, or to sell drugs that will make me a lot of money and will kill a lot of people, I'll not do it. Because I want to help as many people as I can, as many beings as I can, as many things as I can. So everything I do, I just calculate. I look and I say, okay, what is the greatest survival to the greatest number of being, people, and things? So I'm not bound by some kind of a target that pull me. I put the target there. Not the target pull me. I put the target, because if the target pull me, I'm in effect again. So I put the purpose some 20 years ago, and now I'm waiting. No. Every day I do what's right, and every time that I validate it, more and more and more amazing things happening. I don't admit, I don't surrender to invitation to see bad in people. That's the main thing about me. I don't surrender to invitation to see bad in people. I see bad in action. I see bad action. I can see bad actions for sure. but I can separate the good from the bad. I'll give you an example between the intention and the action. That's a maybe last example. My son, he was maybe 4 years old, and my daughter was about 6 years old. And my daughter had curly hair, very, very, very curly hair. And one day I come home, and my wife said, your children, they're not mine anymore, take them. Your son is not her son. Your son pulling the hair of Hadar for my daughter. I cannot deal with him anymore, blah, 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 blah. So I go into the room and and he's crying, everyone crying, there's a whole meltdown. So I go into the room, he's crying, and I'm lying next to him, and I started to cry. And I tell him, Neo, so what's going on? I said, well, mom is upset with me. I said, okay, good. So I know for sure you have good intention. I know for sure you have good intention. So can you tell me what's happened? He says, yes, I pull Hadar's hair. And I said, can you tell me why? What's the good intention? And he looks at me like I'm the most stupid person in the universe. Like, don't you understand? Do I need to explain to you? Well, it's like, are you so stupid? And I said, sorry, I'm sorry. I was not there and I don't really understand. He said, he tell me it's obvious. I said, I know it's obvious, but not for me right now. Can you explain to me what is your good intention? And he looked at me a little bit upset and he says, okay, fine, I'll explain to you. Do you know that Hadar wants straight hair? She uses all the time this iron to straighten her hair, so I'm helping her. He was sure that he's helping her. He's good, and everyone is stupid that they don't see his good intention. So, of course, I explained to him the difference between ironing the hair with this and pulling is not going to straighten the hair, and he understood, never happened again. But there's always good intention with people. The last time that you committed the sin, if you would check, you will see that you committed the sin in an effort to resolve the problem. You didn't do that in order to do something bad. You wanted to solve a problem and you didn't know how. You had a good intention to solve a problem. Even when you commit a sin. I worked in all the Israeli prisons. I had different programs there. And I was sitting with the worst people there. There was not one person that I couldn't find the good intention behind his bad actions. And when you mix the intention with the action, you cannot love. Cannot. I said my son got married a few months ago in March, and I told both of them that marriage is the ability to see the good in the intention with another person, despite the bad actions. If you can separate the action from the intention, you can actually talk to the being, because the intention comes from the being and the action comes from the mind, from all these filters and all this nonsense. And if you can separate it, if you can actually never surrender to invitations to think that people is bad, that someone is bad, you will see you will never be serious.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions? Any other questions?
I have a question, Meir.
Yeah.
Thank you. It was really powerful. So could you please go more into details, into depth about how you create money?
Money, yeah. So the spirit create by putting ideas with intention into the physical universe. Okay, so the spirit create the physical universe by putting ideas plus intention. Idea plus intention is something that you can call admiration. Admiration is an idea plus intention. Of course, I'm giving it to you very quickly. There is a whole thing that you can study. Now, money is actually taking an idea and creating a confidence in someone else, and he will give you money. If you've got an idea, I've got an idea, I'm telling you, look, this is really good, this is going to help you. If I take this idea and make you 100% sure, you have confidence that this thing will help you, you will give me money. And the only way to do that is to admire you. The more I admire you, the more you will be willing to give me money. It sounds almost weird, but once you will understand the whole mechanism, you'll see that it's the easiest thing in the universe. Money always comes to me because I admire people. I see people, regardless of who they are, I always find good things about them. I always like, wow, they're so amazing. Always, 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 always. They can say to me the most weird thing, and I will see what's right about it from their viewpoint. And they're willing to give me money for that. Because people want only one thing. They want to be understood. People just want to be understood. People want to be understood. You will see that if someone really understands you, you call him my best friend. And you'll do anything for your best friend. And of course, there's a lot of knowledge behind it and how you close yourself, and there's endless amount of knowledge and techniques and how to do it faster and how to increase the amount of money, etc., etc., etc. But the bottom line is the ability to disconnect from the past so you can put ideas. If you disconnect from the past, if you become unserious and put ideas, you will make money more than water. Money is the easiest thing to do because it's just to put out ideas. Just put out ideas, you have money. It's nothing, it's nothing. It's the easiest thing in the universe. But no one told you that. Everyone tell you money is difficult. Money is the mother of all evil. And then some people tell you that money is the father of all evil. So you're confused. And so you have a lot of lies about money. There's a lot of lies about money. So you cannot actually easily put out ideas. Because you yourself are full with doubts. Because you have so many doubts about money, you cannot come up with ideas about money because the doubts make you so serious about money. Money is a serious subject. And all I do, I take my customers and I make them look and I show them things that make them unserious. And once they understand how powerful they are, money just comes to them. You know, I was today in a sales seminar, and there's one guy, Steve. I don't know if he's here. So Steve Budzik, he's in real estate. He's doing rehabs and so on. And his average income per month up to now was somewhere, not income, profit up to now was somewhere average of $10,000 after he studied with me. And he raised it to $10,000 from having nothing and so on. And I took him through this process of the sales seminar. And we've done 4 lessons. And this month he closed, his profit is $100,000. Go to my website and you see his video, how he explained that, what happened. Only that. How? He didn't do something else. He changed his mind. And he changed his mind and the customer changed their mind. He changed his mind. And he's not the only one. It's not like, okay, one guy, okay, by mistake, fine. It's not one guy. You talk to every single one of my clients and you will see that the common denominator, results. If there's no results, they don't continue with me. I fix them before they continue. Because otherwise I need to pay them back, not just refund. What they pay, I paid them, you understand? So I make sure they bring results. If there's no results, I don't, before I take someone, before actually I allow someone to come to any major seminar, I actually check if he's qualified or if he's too serious, and I give him a program to become unserious before he can actually join my seminar. Because otherwise, the risk is too much for me. Because I need to see that he's actually willing. Because after all, you are cause. I don't want to make you an effect. It's a very different viewpoint on coaching and on training, because don't take anyone. You want to be my student? You need to prove to me that you are actually willing. I want to see you actually firing on the chat. I want to see you doing the drills. I want to see you doing the homework. I want to see you bring results. And if not qualified. I'll give you a program to get qualified, so you can. And anyone can do it. It's not something difficult. I tell the people that you come to my webinars, you just need to do the drills, not how to do it. Just do it. Just do it stupidly, but do it. Do the drill stupidly, it's fine. Write in the comment every time you just write N, F, F, F. I don't care what you write, but write something, it's fine. Whatever you can. If you do that, no problem, I will fix you. I just need the willingness from you to do the drills and to be on the chat, because if you're not in the chat, you are already a vegetable, as far as I'm concerned, because I'm talking and you're in effect. And I cannot get vegetables to make money. I can make people make money. Do you understand? So it's very, 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 very different. Any other questions? You're welcome, very welcome. Any other questions? Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Meir. It's an amazing 1.5+ hours of presentation. As a keynote speaker, he gave a lot of value, of course, as an individual solopreneur, or even if you want to go for business with more than 1 or 5 or 10 or 50, 100 people, you can take this one, because you have to fix people by finding good things, and you have to fix goods by finding wrong things. That is an amazing point. Second one, of course, you have to identify the good intention in everything, then you can be happy and you will never be serious. Of course, the 5-second rules is an amazing one. It is the second 5-second rule I've listened. You know, the one book is called 5-second rule from Mel Robbins, I think. She wrote a book in a different concept, but this 5-second rule is very easy to apply, but at the same time, I already started using that one. So try to practice in small 1 or 2 aspects, even in doing exercise or getting for a walk, things like that. Then you will find that applicable in your business and relationship, even to tolerate your wife or whatever. Doesn't matter, 5 seconds, take it to the next level. It's going to be amazed. And at the same time, as a keynote speaker, he presented a lot. At the same time, tomorrow, I think Mr. Meir's timing is going to be 3 o'clock to 4:30. So that is another amazing presentation. The topic is, why don't you have money? Of course, that is the ultimate question everybody is having. Maybe your spouse may be asking you, or at least you may be asking yourself, but you need the answer. And already he proved that he can definitely do that and explain that and guide you all. So be prepared and bring more people into this one so that it can be more interactive. And I have only one question. And with that, I can go to the other amazing speaker, Raymond Aron. He just arrived.
Raymond is unbelievable. He's a friend, him and his wife and children. The best presentation you will ever hear is from Raymond. He's the best speaker. I admire Raymond. Totally admire Raymond. He's the best by far. Oh. Hi, Raymond. Hi.
Except for one, and that's
No.
Meir is the best.
No, you are the best. For sure, I have no doubt about it, 100%.
No, the proof is that Meir's my coach. He's better.
No. Don't bite. He's better, I promise you. He doesn't know that, but I'm telling you a secret. He's much better. He's the best speaker. I love the... Emma, I love you so much.
I love you more.
No, I love him.
No. I love him more. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Okay.
Sorry, Leo.
No problem. It's an amazing moment of clashing each big head.
Seriously,
And-
Raymond, you will enjoy Raymond the most. He's the best. I love listening to Raymond. He's the best.
Well, that means we need to hear from Raymond.
Yeah,
We need to hear
yes,
from
you
Raymond
should.
one day. Yeah.
Yeah, it may be your first time,
He's
okay, but
definitely
you
the
listen
best.
to Raymond many times, yes.
Okay. So
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Meir. Thank you so much again. We are going to meet tomorrow. So I'll keep the
Yep.
questions also for tomorrow.
bye, Meir.
Bye-bye. Enjoy.